Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let me welcome you to Riding Tiger with Arijit. And today I have got a super cool, amazing guest of mine, Yuan. And of course, guess what? He is a startup and running his amazing business with a couple of more people as their team. And he is basically from a very different part of the world, which is like known for innovation and known for a lot of creativity. Now, a lot of you have asked me, what is this riding tiger concept? As a human, are we riding tigers? And what is this tiger called? So when you look at your business is something which is risky. Not a lot of people can start their venture in their life. A lot of people think of starting their own companies. And when they start, it's basically a never-ending process. If they start, they can't stop. If they stop, there can be two options left for him or her. One, they either stop the business or the business will stop them. And that's the reason your business is your tiger, which is really, really risky. That's hungry. It needs food. It needs energy to run. And because you are riding on the top of it, you need to feed it in a very comfortable and cozy way. So when you first adopt it, it is a baby. That's your startup. It's a cow. So you're feeding it with milk. Eventually it grows, and then you have a risk. You have a different kind of appetite to run it with your own free will, along with that's own speed and one own peace. Both the speed and peace works with something called food. That food now becomes from milk to raw meat. Tiger don't eat vegetables. They need something which we call as money. And money making is an art and science both. So feeding your tiger, in a way, is an art and science. So whoever started their venture as an entrepreneur, they are doing that day in and day out. So I've got Juan, who is actually doing it, and he left his cozy corporate usual professor job and started his venture and felt that probably he can make a benchmark in the entire history of mankind. Welcome to the show, Yuan.
Hi, Arijit. How are you? Thank you so much for the invitation. And I can point at every word you say. This is absolutely, it's like riding a tiger. And here we are in this new adventure. We're developing this new startup called Exatrade. We're aimed to change the way people trade and how people look at their trades. So what we're doing is it's an open finance platform where companies can trade and drive sustainability at the same time, which is something that it's going to be great. And we're using for this, we're leveraging on blockchain technology, and we are embedding on our programming and our very groundbreaking technology. We're embedding environmental, social, and corporate governance factors. So this is going to be something that it's going to be easy for everyone to use. It's going to be a new instrument of exchange. It's going to be a currency of trust for people can actually access to trade finance market, to international markets, and this will be available for everyone.
Super. Could you please explain a little bit about your venture, what exactly you're doing, and probably you want to touch upon your team because I have seen that you have got an amazing team. So let me tell the audience, Juan is actually from the accelerator called BGI, and we got in touch with each other because of the accelerator, and I really, really loved their venture. And the reason I thought that maybe I can call him into our talk show and maybe the entire world can see us. So I've got a decent amount of fan base, of course, and they love to see the kind of startups that is there, and they're working a good amount of work. So why don't you elaborate what you're doing, what is your team, and what background that you all have, and how you people came together? What's the story?
Yeah, sure, Arijit. I'm going to start for what you mentioned about the BGI Accelerator program. that we just joined 3 or 4 months ago. It's actually, for me, it's like one of the best accelerator program that exists at the moment, because we are here combining all what it's a great team they have in there, and they are joining forces with the MIT University and with the European Innovation Institute of Technology. So we have like, like a super great support in this acceleration program, and I'm very happy to have been selected for that. So talking about the team, I can talk a little bit about myself. I studied business administration, also project management, then postgraduated in international finance, master in finance and in international business, master in finance. I teach at the university international trade marketing, and also I talk a subject called a project evaluation under sustainable criteria. So moving from that, I worked for an investment company a long time ago, for a brokerage firm of finance. And then I started my own business for trade finance. And well, it was a business that lasted for 12 years. And we made a lot of business. We had great positions, and we have also tremendous losses. So we lost also a lot of money, and well, that's part of the risks you take. If I know at this moment all I know now, I wouldn't have done that. What cost many of the risk we were exposed. But that's actually part of what venture is, what entrepreneurship is. So you need to let you fail and to learn about your failures. So and this is part of the game, actually, and always come back and stay in shape for new challenges. And which is very important is that in all your journey, what is very important is never to cheat, never cheat anyone. Do not cheat with your market, do not cheat with your suppliers, your clients, your investors, your team. Never do that. Otherwise, there's no way you can recover. So it's a number one rule I will recommend to everyone: never cheat,
So, Ivan,
especially to yourself.
how did you actually get in touch with your team? There is an interesting story
Oh yes, yes,
how you got
Matthias.
the team.
Well, yeah, Matthias Appel. He's German. He's in Berlin, and I met his father in 2009, September 2009. That was 12 years ago. I met him through the embassy of Germany, and they were looking for a partner. And from there, we started a very good venture between the two companies. And so, for with that, we made business for 9 years in a row, in the row consecutively, and we were able to structure up to 750 million euros in trade finance facilities for very difficult transactions in very difficult markets. And from there, there was working his son, Matthias. They are actually three brothers. All they work at the company his father founded in late 80s. And Matthias nowadays is managing director in the company and has acquired a super great background and knowledge and respect on the market he has been working with him. And so, because I met Matthias since, let's say, from the beginning, we made very good click. We had a very good match. And since we passed for many difficulties, all the journey was full of difficulties, of obstacles, also success stories, of course. But all this journey, it's what really created a bond that you can imagine. It's a 12 years bond created. in there. And so when I thought about this project, I couldn't think in anyone better than Matthias, not only for his background, but also he's a great guy, very smart, and he's a person I can trust, and that's very important. And that you can rely on someone and you can trust your life to that person, and that's very important, especially with your baby, your startup. And one more important reason is to share the visions, is how do we actually see the world in the business, the market, and the vision of the company, what it should be, how could it be. And that's very important when you find a co-founder also, and that you share same values, same vision, etc. So, and that's what I found in Matthias.
When your business is actually a baby, it's important to have a father and a mother both. I'm talking about a metaphor as a term. Of course, it doesn't mean that the mother has to be a woman. It can be a man. I mean, but they have a very beautiful chemistry with each other. Like the way you have your founders and co-founders, they are, integrating the entire thing, and you're nourishing your beautiful venture. Why don't you talk about a little bit about your USP? I'm sure that you have got an amazing solution which is practically groundbreaking. So why don't you talk about the basic concept of your business and how you are different than others?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand well. If I talk about my
USP, unique selling point.
Okay, yes. Well, my unique value proposition, it's actually that you can exchange, you can trade, and drive sustainability at the same time, which will enable to you a bunch of opportunities into access to the financial markets and to the trading markets. So I mean, the trading markets about physical goods, we're talking about new geographic markets. So instead of staying in silos, not only in markets, but also in operations, because nowadays everything, even though with all the technology, what we see is that everything it's locked in silos, and that creates a lot of frictions, a lot of difficulties, and that block the access to many people that have great opportunities to share more with the world, and in a way that you can drive some sustainability in your trades, which until now has been completely divorced. Trading, sustainability is something like doesn't match. We're going to change that.
Beautiful.
So, and for example, you also we have seen many changes in the banking industry about payments. We have seen all the changes with the open banking trendings, etc. So imagine the same thing about open banking, how you can interconnect in between platforms for payments and do it at the same time. But this time, also now let's go to the next level. And in the same way you make payments, you also get finance, and you also are able to create and exchange your own instruments in one ecosystem of trust.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that gives a lot of sustainability factor as well, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. And actually about sustainability, many people always ask me, well, so are you going, this platform is for trading solar panels or for, so many people think about sustainability as this is something just environmental, to tackle environmental issues. Yes, that's part of the sustainability. So I want you to see this. Sustainability, it's a state of balance. So you actually never get to that state of perfectly balanced, because balance it's a synonym of perfection. So we will never get there, but this is like the mission. How do we get there? But sustainable development driving sustainability, performing sustainable factors. It's the journey you need to do to improve your practices with time, within the time. And that's where we're going to lead.
I have a very simple question to you. Why exactly you left your job and you started your own business venture? What exactly inspired you?
Uh, well, and the time I was working, well, I started to be an entrepreneur in 2008. And by that time, I was a project manager in an investment consulting firm in real estate. So you can imagine all that I live with all the crisis. And we made investments in real estate projects, specifically in the United States, in New York, Florida, Miami. You can see. So I saw all that in front of my face, and what it really it was a lot of stress for me, and that's how I lost my hair. So and you know, the most ridiculous part of all of it, it's how the people that were involved and actually they washed their hands. It's like they took no responsibility for that. So at that moment I said, my God, you know, I was working for what purpose? So to do what? And just to get the money, you know, I thought I was doing good, you know, but I realized that, you know, you were working for the wrong people. And I said no more. So I want to start something that actually creates value for the people I work with, and not, and I think that this is the meaning of every corporate, you know, it's how you contribute to the society and not the other way around. It's not the society that has to come to you and to contribute to your pockets. So it's the other way around. You need to make more contributions to the society and see how you fit into that. And that's how they will come to you to ask for your products and services.
Super, super, great. And so we understand the kind of changes that you are doing. We understand the kind of business that you are running. We understood that you have created an amazing team. So what's next? So what is your next focus? I'm sure that you want to grow your company, and I'm sure that you're looking for scale up. If I'm right, then probably you are looking for a massive scale up into a few fast world countries, or you are targeting something else.
Yes, well, at this moment, I want to be very honest with this, in the way that, yes, I had two former ventures, but this is the first time I'm building a startup. And please listen to this for the people who's listening. It's completely different. It's not the old way we used to make business. This is completely different. The startup scene landscape, it's totally different. Once you launch a product and you go through technology, you know, you are reaching not 10 people, 10 potential clients you can talk face to face. You're reaching thousands and millions of people that you will not be able to talk with them. So you need to be very precise with what is your solution, what's the real problem you're solving, and how this creates value for the people that it's going to buy from you. So that's it, because this is my first startup.
Fine, it's perfectly fine. It's
Yes,
perfectly fine.
I've been testing the concept many times,
But when I
and
talk to you, when I talk
yes,
to you, I realize that deep inside you are a very structured person, and probably sometimes you act a little bit of scattered, but your partners are more more, you can say, cozy to bring things along with their own will. So
Yes.
that gives you a completeness into the company.
Totally.
It's a
Totally.
beautiful, brilliant team that you have got. I've got various different kind of question for you,
Totally.
not
Yes.
about the business. It's not about the business at all. Given a choice that you are probably completely alone, and there's a park and there's a bench. That's all you have got in front of you.
Yeah.
And you want to sit there, and I'm going to ask you a very simple, silly question. If you want to sit there, with whom you want to have a conversation with?
With whom of my partners or
Anyone.
anyone?
Like that you want to talk to it.
Very interesting. Very interesting question. Yeah, I would like to talk with the chairman of the International Chamber of Commerce.
What's the reason?
Well, because I would like to create a standard for the exchange of instruments of these new digital instruments, and how this can be total, let's say, harmonized with ICC rules.
Yeah. That's the reason. Super. So, in a common cozy place, as you can see, audience, entrepreneur never sleeps. He's thinking about business, and he wants to have a chat with someone where he can grow his entire business. Next question to you, Juan. What is success for you?
Success for me, it's actually to create value in what I do for other people, and that the people that use my solution actually can grow and can see on that how their growth is not only economic growth, it's also a positive growth, and they feel happy every day with what they are doing.
You know why I said initially that I actually love this gentleman? Look at two of the answers. As an entrepreneur, he wants to talk with the gentleman so that he can grow the company. At the same time, success for him is not about the amount of money he is going to make. Rather, he is making a statement that the number of people he can impact. That's what I call as true entrepreneurship. Happy to have a conversation with you, Juan. I have another question for you. I hope I'm not disturbing, asking you a lot of questions, right?
No, please, come on.
This is more of a very cozy kind of discussion that I do in Riding Tiger. It's not a formal discussion at all. We never prepare. We always go with whatever comes in the mind. Okay. Now, given a choice that you are probably doing well in your life, and you have raised funds, or probably you have grown so far so good. After 5 years, where do you want to see yourself and your team members? A, location wise. B, business wise. C, philanthropically. What do you want to do after 5 years? If you feel that you have made enough money, what are you going to do?
Okay, so and the way I see the company in 5 years and my team, it's like we have created the new standard for trading. So right now we talk about sustainable finance, we talk about digital instruments for exchange. In the future, those words actually will be removed because will be normal. So all financing will be sustainable. All exchanges will be digital. So that's how I see, and we created that new standard. I see my team also developing completely new solutions for new market opportunities, for new challenges. And what I see about philanthropic, I'm more tend to the part of the environment. If it is to put money for free in something and that which is philanthropic, I will do it especially in plastic pollution, in the sea pollution. That's where I will put my money. and in the part of water potabilization, and for many people that doesn't.
You want to make the world beautiful rather than,
Yes,
enjoying your own money. That's
yes,
truly commendable. That's truly commendable.
yes.
And honestly speaking, I have been giving guidance. I have been giving consultancy. I have been giving probably funding support to people. I have been giving mentoring support to people. I have been helping companies for quite a long time. I have been helping the world probably on a social impact basis, associated with so many different organizations who are making the world beautiful. And we need that. And frankly speaking, I have interviewed a lot of entrepreneurs, Juan, in last 1 year time. I never ever thought that I'll be starting a talk show just like this as Riding Tiger. I was doing all those kind of activities in last, you can say 23 years as an entrepreneur, as a, I don't know, maybe as a change maker, maybe as a crazy guy who wants to give back to the community. But a lot of you who are my mentees or who are the startups, they ask me that, why don't you share our story to the world? Why don't we come into your talk show, create your own talk show? When I started this, I'm meeting so many impactful people like you. I'm blessed. I'm totally blessed. The kind of work that you do and the kind of impact that you want to do in the mortal world. So it's not about the amount of money you want to make. It's about the impact that you want to make. And Yuan, it's a pleasure to know you, and it's a pleasure to, work with you. I'm sure that we can
My
take this
pleasure.
forward in a very optimistic direction. Of course, we're gonna meet a lot of same mindset people in due course of our journey. It's not about only the talk show, it's about running our journey fruitfully and executing things in a very structured and decent manner for others to handshake, collaborate, and grow as a ecosystem rather than running things all alone. When you're running things with people, journey becomes beautiful, it becomes an impact, and of course, we can bring the change in the world. Thank you so much for being here and sharing all your insights, your venture, your team, how you started your company, what is your future vision, most important, what you want to give back to the world. Thank you so much, Juan.
Thanks to you, Arijit.
If you
My
have
pleasure.
any one-liner suggestion for the newcomers in the market, maybe the new startups who want to start their journey, feel free to share.
Well, I will say, do it. Do it. If you are worried about what if I do nothing, it's because you need to do something. So start doing it right now.
Amazing. Thank you, Juan. See you soon. Next
Thanks
week.
to you, Arijit. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.